The Law Society is the professional body for solicitors in the Republic of Ireland. We represent, educate and regulate approximately 12,000 practicing solicitors in the state. The Society was established in 1830 and reformed in May 1841. In 1978, we moved from rooms in the forecourts to our current headquarters at Blackhall Place. This followed 10 years of renovations to the building which, up until 1969, housed King's Hospital School. The history of the building and the area goes back far longer. What's now known as Blackhall Place was once known as Oxman Town Green. It was an area about 6 times the size of the current playing fields, used as a festival ground by the Vikings who moved north from Wood Quay and settled on the other side of the Liffey. The area was transformed by the building of what is now Collins Barracks in the early 1700s. The building at Blackhall Place started to take shape later in this century, from approximately 1773 to 1783. The story of the building starts in the 18th century, when Thomas Blackhall, Lord Mayor of Dublin, gave municipal land for the construction of a school. According to its charter, the hospital and free school of King Charles II would educate children of Anglican families who had found themselves in reduced means. The architect's commission was given to Corkman Thomas Ivory, both for the quality of his drawings and the boldness of his vision. Ivory's design included 2 distinctive features: a large elaborate tower, affectionately known as the Ivory Tower, and a quadrangle filling almost all of the site. The money, however, couldn't match these ambitions. The project was competing against the well-organised fundraisers of the Rotunda Hospital, and also failed to get parliamentary funds. After 7 frustrating years, Ivory resigned from the project. The Ivory Tower was never completed, but instead a more modest cupola was built in 1893. The building we have, however, is still quite special. It has a symmetrical Palladian design with Dublin granite at the base, and its main columns are made of Portland stone. Lovers of architecture might notice a similarity between Blackhall Place and the buildings of James Hoban, who designed the White House and Charleston County Courthouse. In fact, Hoban was the apprentice to Thomas Ivory while he worked on Blackhall Place. While he cited other great Irish buildings as inspiration, we like to imagine that Hoban took some ideas from his experience here. Anyone passing through the main entrance will meet an impressive statue of Judge Stephen Trotter by the Flemish sculptor Peter Shoemakers. This entrance leads onto an Italian-influenced corridor. The lacquered floor is a departure from the original, but that's no part of the building's history. Classrooms were located on this corridor, with dormitories on the upper floors. They have been repurposed as offices and meeting rooms. In the corridor around our members' lounge, visitors can see copies of Thomas Ivory's original drawings. This corridor leads to the Law Society Library, used by members and students on our courses. At the other end of the corridor, you will see a fine stained glass window displaying our motto, Veritas Vincet, meaning truth will triumph. At parchment ceremonies, when solicitors receive their formal welcome to the profession, many new members and even some distinguished guests pose for pictures beneath it. From here, a corridor leads to the President's Hall and is decorated with pictures of past Law Society presidents. The President's Hall was previously the chapel to the King's Hospital School. It is now used for multiple purposes, from exams to conferences, dinners, parchment ceremonies, and even weddings. In line with Ivory and Blackhall's vision, the hall has a symmetrical Palladian design. The space is dominated by a stained glass window by Evie Hone, depicting the resurrection of Christ. When the King's Hospital School could not find a suitable place for it in their new premises in Palmerstown, the Society was only too happy to keep it at Blackhall Place. The Society is governed by a council of elected and appointed members of the profession. Usually they meet in our council chamber every 6 to 8 weeks. Previously, the council chamber was the Board of Governors room and subsequently the music room for the King's Hospital School. On the wall are 2 charters granted by Queen Victoria. These are the original constitutional documents of the Law Society. The chamber also has portraits of distinguished lawyers and past members of the council, including our first female president, Moya Quinlan, who was instrumental in the Society's move to Blackhall Place. The Society plays an important role in education. Solicitors qualify through our professional practice courses, take continuous professional development courses, and attend legal conferences organised by the Society. To meet the changing needs of the profession, we've built our own teaching spaces and also adapted existing buildings to create state-of-the-art areas for learning. One example of an adapted space is a green hall located beside our playing fields. This was once the gymnasium of the King's Hospital School. It now houses a lecture theatre, rooms for small group teaching, offices, and a mock courtroom for skills training. From here, the recently upgraded Academic Street leads along the south wing of Blackhall Place towards our education centre. The Education Centre was built at the start of this century to accommodate growing numbers of would-be solicitors. It's dominated by a full-size lecture theatre and also includes offices and small group teaching spaces. In the last few years, we overhauled the lecture theatre, installing new seating and AV equipment to improve the learning experience. Thanks for taking the time to join this virtual tour of Blackhall Place. We're proud to offer it as part of Heritage Week and look forward to welcoming you in person someday soon.